The Russian Defense Ministry announced that the Western group raised the Russian flag in the village of Novoye. Heavy clashes between Ukrainian and Russian troops took place in the area at very close range. The infantry, whose bunkers were hit by drones, were shelled by artillery fire before they could find a safe place. Meanwhile, trenches and bunkers were raided by Russian troops. As a result of aircraft-type UAVs capable of dropping ammunition, and close-range fire from Russian infantry, Ukrainian troops suffered many casualties and retreated. A Russian soldier placed an anti-tank mine on the road and ran over a Ukrainian armored vehicle. The crew of the armored vehicle abandoned the vehicle.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe, and like.
Russian drone operators revealed the Ukrainian Armed Forces UAV control point during reconnaissance. Then, using fiber optic drones, they destroyed the UAV control bunker. In addition, UAV antennas were also destroyed. Later, during aerial reconnaissance, attack drones found two S-1 Gvozdika self-propelled howitzer in the same direction and struck it in succession, destroying expensive equipment. One engineering equipment was also found and destroyed during the strikes. In the Pokrovsk direction, FAB grenades were dropped on the infantry of the armed forces of Ukraine hiding in ruined houses. As a result of powerful explosions, the positions were destroyed. In the Kharkiv region, the reconnaissance UAV operator of the Northern Marines revealed the location of the UAV formation of the armed forces of Ukraine. The coordinates were then transmitted to the artillery unit. After fine-tuning, the artillery destroyed the UAV control point with a single shot. This is how the drone operators of the 39th Independent Guards Motorized Rifle Brigade of the 68th Guards Army Corps shot Ukrainian infantry in the trenches. The Grad MLRS of the 42nd Motorized Rifle Division of the Guard of the Dnieper Force Group enabled the Russian assault groups to advance in the direction of Orakovsky.
Прицел 700, угломер 53-40.
Don't forget to join our Telegram group.
Готов.
In the direction of Zaporizhia, a camouflaged BMP-2 was detected. Drone operators of the 392nd Motorized Rifle Regiment slowly approached the armored vehicle and destroyed it as a result of a hit by 2 drones. Apparently, the crew abandoned the armored car and left. Who pays for all this? In the morning in Kharkiv, Russian geranium kamikaze drones reportedly hit Ukrainian targets. The fighting at the intersection of the Belgorod, Kursk, and Sumy regions moved to Ukrainian territory. The Northerners timely uncovered the movement of Ukrainian armed forces personnel and were hit one by FPV drones. The infantry, whose buildings were destroyed, tried to hide in the woods but failed. Yesterday, a drone strike in Cherkasy damaged natural gas infrastructure. In the village of Guevo, Kursk region, the movement of 2 Ukrainian armed forces infantrymen was detected. Then the Russian FPV drone moved in for attack and blew up the position. Archive footage. The Russian reconnaissance UAV unit revealed the UAV control point of the Ukrainian armed forces. Then, the fiber-optic drone Prince Vandal of Novgorod went into action and demolished the position. This is how a pickup truck of the armed forces of Ukraine was destroyed on the Kramatorsk direction. Night attacks in the direction of Kharkiv continue. Throughout the night, VT-40 drones struck armored vehicles and pickup trucks of the Ukrainian armed forces, preventing frontline soldiers from accessing ammunition and various military equipment. In the daytime, fiber-optic drones took off and destroyed manpower and various ATVs in the same direction. Bombers of the 11th Guards Army of the Air Force and the Vostok Air Defense Group, using FAB-3050s of the UMPK, hit the positions of fighters of the armed forces of Ukraine in the village of Bogatyr. Artillery of the 305th Brigade of the 5th Guards Volunteer Army of the Vostok Group destroyed bunkers, temporary deployment points, and basements of the Ukrainian armed forces in Volnoy Pole. During aerial reconnaissance near the village of Bely Kolodez in the Kharkiv region, the operator of the northern UAV revealed the location of Ukraine's camouflaged electronic warfare station. A kamikaze drone using fiber optics managed to approach the target without interference and inflict fire damage to it. Russian reconnaissance drone operators revealed the reinforcement group of the Ukrainian armed forces. After precisely calculating the coordinates, the aircraft-type UAV was activated and dealt a hard blow to the position. The position and equipment were destroyed. soldiers of the 102nd Regiment of the 150th Motorized Rifle Division of the 8th Guards. Combined Arms Army of the Russian Armed Forces are clearing positions from the Ukrainian Armed Forces infantry. Some of the Ukrainian infantry cannot withstand the intensity of the fire and decide to surrender, thus saving their own lives. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. When the Ukrainian armed forces tried to advance in the direction of Goptarovka, they were stopped by Russian fiber optic drones. The Ukrainian armed forces attempted to move several assault groups with ATVs towards the Russian state border. However, Russian drone operators did not allow this and shot them down along with the ATVs. Russian reconnaissance drones have revealed the exact location of a BC depot in the fortification system of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Kharkiv region. With a single precision Vaugi shot, the BC depot was destroyed with a powerful explosion. Another Ukrainian armed forces strike group was destroyed on the border of the Belgorod region. Ukrainian infantry tried to take cover in a wooded area, but they could not survive the drone attack. Additional reconnaissance footage shows the remains of a burning ATV. The operator of the reconnaissance UAV GV North announced the location of the radar station of the armed forces of Ukraine. The Northerners immediately lifted a Lancet barrage into the sky and struck a direct hit on the target. The number of manpower and equipment of the enemy in this direction was significantly reduced. Kharkiv region. A fiber-optic FPV drone captured a Ukrainian soldier on a communications tower in the village of Slobozhanska in the Kharkiv region. The frame also includes the crash of the FPV drone of the Molnya 2 type aircraft into the communication node at the base of the tower. A destroyed BTR-4 of the Armed Forces of Ukraine can be seen in the background. There are few infantry left to hold the last bits of territory in the Kursk region. Russian troops continue to work without a break. Artillery hit the infantry hiding in a house. Ukrainian soldiers were caught in an unexpected ambush by the Russians. The fierce fighting took place at very close range. With great courage, a Russian fighter threw an anti-tank mine at a house where infantrymen of the Ukrainian armed forces were stationed. Don't worry. According to reports, the Russian soldier is in good health. He only suffered a very mild concussion. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Soldiers from the 69th Separate Brigade of the Vostok Group shot down 2 Mavic drones of the Ukrainian armed forces in mid-air. Another way to destroy drones in the air is to shoot them down with another drone. FPV drone operators of the assault unit of the 5th Independent Guard Tank Brigade of the Russian Armed Forces combat work with the Vostok Group in the southern Donetsk direction. In the footage, the reconnaissance unit monitors the movement of the Ukrainian Armed Forces infantry. Then, when the movement of the infantry is stable, an attack drone approaches their position and destroys them wherever they are. In the footage, the fiber optic drone Prince Vandal of Novgorod is used. Thanks to this, in case of any REB system, the drone can continue on its way without losing its movement. Russian reconnaissance has uncovered a mortar position of the Ukrainian armed forces. First, the artillery unit fired a powerful artillery shell at the position. Then an FPV drone was launched and penetrated into the position, destroying it. A Russian FPV drone ambushed a pickup truck of the Ukrainian armed forces in the direction of Kharkiv. These images have become common lately. Instead of flying in the air, drones ambush on the ground on the road.
Tank attack in Pokrovsk. Tanks of the Gram Battalion of the Altai 35th Brigade of the Central Military District hit the target directly. Field depots and forts are hit. One house is completely burned to the ground. The M113 tracked armored personnel carrier moves quickly to pick up soldiers from the destroyed house. After the door of the armored vehicle was opened, the soldiers wanted to get into the armored vehicle, but that's what happened. Before one soldier could board the vehicle, the door closed and the M113 moved away from the scene. As far as it can be seen in the video, the soldier could not get into the armored vehicle.